Today we are celebrating May, and our next guest fits right in because the new May issue of Pittsburgh Magazine celebrates another May tradition, the Dick's Sporting Goods Pittsburgh Marathon. It's also the annual Best Doctors issue, and among other topics, also takes a look at the lost art of conversation. Here with a look inside the pages of the May issue is Pittsburgh Magazine Associate Editor Sean Collier. Good morning.
Good morning. Happy to be back.
I'm so happy to have you, and it is such a comprehensive look when we're taking a look at the doctors list. I've used it before to find a pediatrician. So how exactly do you guys compile a list of 647 doctors?
It's a pretty good number, yeah. And I've used it myself as well. The list is prepared by a company called Best Doctors. They have a nationwide database called the Best Doctors in America, and they basically excerpt the Pittsburgh area doctors for us. What they do is they survey, every other year they survey doctors and ask them, if you were making a recommendation, who would you recommend? So not who do you work with that you like, not who's at the top of your field. They say, okay, you're a doctor, you're an expert. If your friend or a family member came to you and said, I need a new pediatrician, or I need a dermatologist, who would you recommend to them? So it's kind of a list of the doctors that other doctors recommend.
Would recommend.
Yeah.
I think that's fascinating. And it helped us, it put us in a good situation because we love our pediatrician.
Oh, good, good. And they are a best doctor then?
Yes, definitely.
Excellent.
So we love that. And so it's also broken down in a way where it's kind of easy to find if you're looking for a specialty. Right,
right. And it's important here in Pittsburgh because people want to know a doctor in their neighborhood and that works with their insurance, works with their health system.
Right.
It's very easy to go into the list. Like I said, if you're looking for that new pediatrician or even a pediatric specialist, there are 77 different specialties in the list. So
it's a lot.
You're going to find the doctor you need.
So if you pull this up online or in the magazine itself, you'll find the names and their information. But you guys also kind of broke out of that and featured four pediatricians or four doctors working with kids.
We always want to have an editorial component and give you something to read along with the magazine, or I'm sorry, along with the list, because we are Pittsburgh Magazine. We'd like you to be reading if at all possible. And we had never, in the time that I've been working on it, we didn't have a feature that focused on pediatrics. So we looked at a few doctors, in particular, Dr. Elizabeth Miller at Children's, who works actually with preventing partner violence in adolescence. And thinking about pediatrics, I'm sure most of us often think about children, babies, infants, kind of stop thinking about the special needs of teenagers.
Right.
When they're navigating those early relationships, she's working a lot on how best to approach those problems. The opposite side of the coin, have a doctor named Allison Freeman at Allegheny Health Network that is an immunologist that's working on desensitization of peanut allergies, which I did not know was possible.
Right.
When we were growing up, if my brother has a peanut allergy, if you found out you were allergic to peanuts, you were just never having peanuts.
That was just it, you're cut off.
You're done. They've developed a way, starting very, very early, to basically introduce almost microscopic bits of peanuts over a very specified schedule so that by the end, that peanut allergy effectively goes away, which is a really big breakthrough. If they had that for cats, I would have a cat right now. So
I had a friend who did something like that with, she has an allergy to bee stings.
Oh, okay.
And something similar, but it is amazing what they're doing in that field. And there are two other doctors also featured.
Right.
One is a surgeon.
Right, 4 pediatricians total and a wide range of different specialties and initiatives between them.
Okay, so one thing that I found fascinating in this issue as well was the lost art of conversation.
Right, I liked this a lot as well. We wanted to bring in some notables and allow them to have conversations with their peers that we weren't turning into a story. We were just recording and presenting what that conversation was.
You're just transcribing the conversation.
Pretty much, you know, helping it along a little bit here and there. We have a conversation with Penguins assistant coach Mark Recchi and Mike Schall, who's a coach that he worked with in juniors and is now working with high school students, talking about the different needs of developing players at different levels. There's Mike there. And also Mayor Peduto and Mayor DeJuan Walker of Aliquippa, kind of comparing and contrasting the differences in running two very different but very nearby cities. And we have a great one with two new students at Carnegie Mellon in very different fields. That was my favorite in the group.
Wow, and the one that I found fascinating was between the farmers.
Yes.
I really liked that. I found myself like reading through the whole conversation, the whole dialogue between those two.
And they're longer online. If you go to pittsburghmagazine.com, there's even more of those conversations.
Okay, and lastly, I wanted to talk to you about the marathon. Pittsburgh Magazine has a team running. Are you running this week?
I have the first leg.
Oh, do you?
On the Pittsburgh Marathon, Pittsburgh Magazine relay team. Yeah, we have a very nice illustration of the route. Go either to pittsburghmagazine.com or look for this. There's an illustration by Mario Zucca. There it is there, of the route, where I talked to some people who have conquered the route before about the most enjoyable parts of the race. And working on that story kind of led us to go, well, why don't we get a team together?
And enjoy it yourselves.
Yeah, I'm a little intimidated. I've only been running for about a year. There are some seasoned runners on our team and some less seasoned runners like me, but very, very excited to be a part of race day. My girlfriend runs the full marathon, so she gets all of the credit. But I went down last year and saw her at the finish line, and the atmosphere down there is incredible.
It is, it is. And the first leg, what is that? How many miles do you have?
5.3 miles.
Okay.
So
long.
I ran 5 yesterday. I feel up to it.
Well, you're walking, so you made it in here okay.
Yeah, no, I did all right.
injured.
I have an ankle that I'm hoping holds out till Sunday.
Well, best of luck to you, Sean.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining us this morning.
Again.
Lot to look for in Pittsburgh Magazine. You can find those topics we talked about and more in the new issue, May issue of Pittsburgh Magazine on newsstands and online now.